The Vrinthian War had been over for 3 months, but Callan still wore the scars of humanity's defeat. He sat in the crystalline cell deep within the hive ship Ethermaw, watching binary stars drift past the translucent walls. Around him, 24 other human prisoners shuffled through their daily routines, broken soldiers who'd watched Earth's fleets shatter like glass against Vrinthian bioweapons. Callan had been a lieutenant once. Now he was Specimen H-147, fed nutrient paste and studied like a laboratory rat. The cell door dissolved without warning. 4 Vrinthian guards entered, their chitinous armor gleaming, mandibles clicking in their incomprehensible language. They seized Callan by the arms, ignoring his protests, and dragged him through corridors that pulsed with bioluminescent veins. "Where are you taking me?" he demanded, but the guards remained silent. They brought him to a chamber unlike anything he'd seen in his 3 months of captivity. The walls curved upward into a dome scattered with thousands of stars, real stars, visible through some transparent material he couldn't identify. At the chamber's center stood a throne grown from the ship itself, organic and crystalline at once. Upon it sat Queen Johnny. Callan had heard whispers about her from other prisoners. The Vrinthian queen who'd personally led the assault on Earth's colonies, the architect of humanity's defeat. She was said to be ruthless, calculating, and utterly alien in her thought patterns. But nothing had prepared him for the reality. Johnny rose from her throne with fluid grace. She stood nearly 7 feet tall, her body a blend of insectoid and something hauntingly humanoid. Her exoskeleton shimmered with iridescent colors that shifted as she moved, deep purples, electric blues, and flashes of gold. 4 arms extended from her torso, each ending in delicate, multi-jointed fingers. But it was her face that struck him, alien yet expressive, with large compound eyes that reflected his image 1,000 times over, and features that somehow conveyed intelligence and curiosity. Specimen H-147. She spoke in perfect English, her voice like wind chimes. Callan of the Terran Defense Fleet. He straightened despite his fear. "I am Lieutenant Callan Marcus, service number, I know who you are." She descended from the throne, circling him slowly. "I know everything about you. Your bravery at the Battle of Proxima, your sacrifice to save your crew, your refusal to break under interrogation." She paused before him. "Your species fascinates me. Then you have a strange way of showing admiration." Callan said bitterly. "You've enslaved us. We have conquered you," Johnny corrected. "It is the way of the universe. The strong persist. The weak adapt or perish." She tilted her head, studying him with those kaleidoscopic eyes. "But humans, you do neither. You resist beyond reason. You sacrifice beyond logic. You hope beyond evidence. It's called being human, yes." Something flickered across her alien features, and emotion he couldn't quite read. "That is precisely why I have chosen you." Callan's blood ran cold. "Chosen me for what?" Johnny turned away, gazing up at the stars. "My species reproduces through genetic selection. Queens choose genetic material from the strongest, most adaptable specimens to ensure the hive's survival. For millennia, we have chosen only from our own kind." She looked back at him. "But our race has stagnated. We are powerful, but we have lost something essential. We conquer, but we do not dream. We survive, but we do not truly live. You want to breed with a human?" Callan couldn't hide his shock and disgust. "Not in the manner you imagine," Johnny said. "Our reproductive process is different. But yes, I wish to incorporate human genetic material into my offspring, to create something new. Something that combines Vrinthian strength with human resilience. Our longevity with your passion. Our logic with your hope. You're insane." "Perhaps." Johnny approached him again, close enough that he could see the subtle patterns in her exoskeleton. "But I have studied your species extensively. I have watched you fight impossible battles. I have seen you protect one another at cost to yourselves. I have observed emotions we do not possess: love, compassion, self-sacrifice. These things make you weak in combat, yes, but they also make you unpredictable, adaptable, capable of achieving what logic says is impossible." She extended one delicate hand toward his face, stopping just short of touching him. "The Vrinthian Empire is dying, Callan. We do not see it yet, but I do. We have conquered 100 worlds, but we are hollow inside. We need what you have. We need to evolve." Callan stared at her, his mind racing. This was madness. And yet, there was something in her voice, a loneliness, a desperate seeking that struck a chord in him. "And if I refuse, you will be returned to your cell. You will live out your days as a prisoner. Your species will remain enslaved. Eventually, you will all die, either through rebellion or simply because we have no further use for you." Johnny lowered her hand. "But if you agree, if you help me create this new generation, I will begin negotiations to free your people. Not immediately, my hive would not accept such weakness, but gradually, over time, I will use my offspring as proof that humans have value beyond labor. You're asking me to trust you, the conqueror of Earth. I am asking you to gamble," Johnny corrected, "to make a choice that might save your species or might accomplish nothing. Is that not what humans do? Hope beyond reason?" Callan stood in silence, the weight of an impossible decision crushing down on him. He thought of the other prisoners, of Earth's survivors scattered across refugee colonies, of children growing up under Vrinthian occupation. He thought of hope. "What guarantee do I have?" he asked finally. "None," Johnny admitted. "Only my word, and the knowledge that I have chosen you precisely because humans are capable of trust despite logic." She extended her hand again. "I am asking you to be the father of a new future, not in the way your species understands fatherhood, but in spirit. To give your strength, your resilience, your humanity to something that might bridge our two peoples." Callan looked at her hand, alien, beautiful in its strangeness, representing everything he'd fought against and everything that might save his species. He took it. Johnny's compound eyes seemed to glow brighter. "Then we begin. And perhaps, Lieutenant Callan Marcus, we both discover what it truly means to hope, as the stars wheeled overhead, to species enemies, prisoners, and captors took the first tentative step towards something unprecedented in galactic history. Not peace, not yet, but the possibility of understanding. And sometimes, in the vast darkness of space, possibility was enough.